session, we are going to learn about what is an array, static array, and dynamic array, and what is the memory representation of an array. So let's start. First is what is an array? An array is a sequence collection of data items of same data type, which means array is going to store some data item. Second, it will be sequence collection, and third is the data we are going to store inside the array will be of same data type. What does it mean? So let's take an example that you are hosting a party and inside that party you allowed some friends to come and but you want them to come alone rather than bringing their friends also. So you wanted to keep the track whether they have brought someone else or not, because you arrange the party just for, let's say, for 10 friends only. So what you do is you just say them that I have put boxes for you and you have to bring a bowl with you, and on that bowl you must write your name or the alphabet, the initial alphabet of your name, and you have to put these bowls, means one ball in a box, inside these boxes, so that I can keep the track who came and who didn't came and is there any extra guest came or not. So as the person is busy, so he just put the boxes outside the house, and when the friend came, they just started putting the balls inside the boxes. And one thing you just mentioned that they cannot put anything else inside the box, they just have to bring the bowl only, right? So finally when the party started and finally the host got the time to check. So first thing, he just thought to give the surprise to the first guest, so he wanted to know who came first. So he also did one more thing, he just wrote the numbers on the boxes to keep the track. So if the first person is the A who came first, so he is going to give the surprise gift to the A. So he started the indexing, you can say the index is from 0. So as you can see there are 10 boxes, so he just invited 10 friends and the index is started from 0 to 9. So he got to know that the first person is A, someone name started with A, and also he got to know that some people or some friends didn't attend the party. He can see that four boxes are empty, means the four friends didn't come or attended the party. So this is how he kept the track of the friends, right? So there are three things. First is what is the sequence of the friends they came. Second, how many friends came and how many are not there. So this is how the data of a guest at the party can be managed, right? So if we talk about the computer science, there are two types of array. First is the static array, second is the dynamic array. So let's talk about the static array. Let's say we have initialized an array with these elements, and don't worry about the coding part, we will do that part separately. Just understand this line. The name of the array is A and the data type is int, means only integer values are allowed here, and you can write any data type here, so that type of data is allowed there. So I'm using integer, so int is integer, so only integer values are allowed inside this array. Second is the size of the array is 5. 5 means the indexing will start from 0 to 4. So if I see these are the 5 elements, so the indexing will be 4 5, the indexing 0, then 1, then 2, then 3 and 4. This is how the array works. Okay, this is the static array where I have given the size and only 5 elements are allowed. If I add one more element, it will show me the error because I have mentioned that the size will be 5. So I cannot exceed that because it's a static array, means the size is fixed here, which I have mentioned during the declaration or initialization, right? Okay, so let's see what happens in the memory. Inside the RAM, 5 elements are stored like this, and the memory addresses are in the hexadecimal addresses. So you need not to worry about the hexadecimal addresses or what is the form. If you want to see, you can check somewhere else, and we are not going to discuss it here. So these are the hexadecimal addresses. You have to see here. The base address is 100 here. If we look here, and the next address is 104, then 108, then 112, and then 116. So these are the addresses, not the indexing. Indexing are used to access the elements, which is the characteristics of an array, so which can be used to access these elements, right? Okay, so you say this is the integer type element, right, or the data item. So the data type is integer, and if you know, the size of each element is 4 bytes, because the integer is going to take 4 bytes to store an element. And if I say 4 byte, and if you know 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, means if we multiply this, 1 byte is 8 bits, then 4 bytes will be 4 into 8. So one element here is occupying the space 32 bits. And you will say that is this only box is having the size 32 bits? No. Let me show you. If you see here 100, and after that 101, 102, and 103, these 4 bytes are here, right? If you see 100, and after that we are having 104. As you know, the array is the sequenced collection, means all these elements are in the sequenced order, means the memory is storing these values in a continuous memory locations. So you will say that 100 is here, and after that 104, and the space is missing. No, the space is not missing, only the one element is taking these 4 bytes: 100, 101, 102, and 103. So if you know, in the binary system, the 5 can be written as 101. So these 3 bytes are stored in the form of 0, and then the last 103 is having the actual value 101. If you want to understand this part, you need to learn how to convert the decimal number into the binary number, right? So you will say, why these zeros are stored here? These are of no use. If you know that the integer type has a range, I have stored only the number 5. The number could be a large value, right? You can say 507, 1000, or something. For that, you must reserve the space. So you need to store those values also. And for 5 only 101, but for higher number these will be also occupied, or you can say these will be having some values. So let's come back to the point. So these actually one element is storing inside the 32 bits, right? Okay, so what is the advantage of static array? You can simply initialize it, right, with the elements, and these will be stored in a sequenced order into the memory location. So the advantage is you can easily use it, simply declare it and initialize the values, and these can be accessed by using the index number, right? Okay, we will do that practically in the upcoming videos. But here we have a disadvantage also. The disadvantage is the fixed size. Let's say if we take the example of the party, let's say we invited 10 friends, but later on we decided to invite some more friends, and for that you need some more boxes, right? So here also, if I want to add some more values, the value initialized with the 5 size is not enough to store the value I wanted to store. But now you cannot change the size here. So what we can do is we can use the dynamic array. What is the dynamic array? Let's say the array is full, the size was initialized and you cannot extend the size now, so you can use the dynamic array. In the dynamic array, initially you don't mention the size of the array, right? So if in case you are creating a dynamic array, the compiler will automatically decide the capacity of the array initially, and if that capacity is full, the memory is full, what it will do is it will create a new array of size double than the original array. Let's understand this part also. Let's say initially you didn't mention the size of the array, but the compiler took the capacity is equal to 10. So what you did was you just started adding the elements. So these elements are added one by one and the capacity decided by the compiler is 10. So all these 10 elements are added, and let's say the above part or the above memory and the lower memory means these are the this is the memory still there inside the, you can say the RAM is still having some memory, but these are occupied by the same program or any other program or anything else, and here also there is no space. So let's say I want to add 11th element, and but the compiler just reserved the space of 10 elements only. So what it will do, it will look for one more segment inside the memory where it can store the same array and extend the memory. So it look for the empty space in the memory, and what it will do, it will store this new array, and to save this value, it will just create a new array of size double, means the capacity here was the 10 and it just created the array of 30. So the size extended with the double size, now the capacity is 30, right? Okay, so here you can understand the dynamic array is quite you can say the sizable, and you can extend the memory later on. But the disadvantage here is if you are looking for a new segment, that will be difficult. You have to look for the new size each time, and this space will be wasted, right? For any other program, it will be hard to use it because it should require only the size of 10. Okay.